think with any intimacy, if you're going to be intimate with somebody, you have to decide what the rules are around that.
We do have our resident sexpert, relationship expert, Kiz Harvey, with us.
Yay.
We need to talk
everyone.
cheating. So,
Yes. Now, this is an opinion. I need to know your feelings on this, Kiz, because a listener got in touch on our Instagram at the Hot Hits AU, and she has dumped her partner because he subscribes to a very popular OnlyFans account. And she says it's the same as cheating.
right.
What do you think about that? Because I have very conflicting things, like if this extends out to just watching porn in general. I don't know. I don't think that is cheating per se, but I guess when you're having intimate messaging and things like that.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Look, I think cheating is classified as something that's secret. So you can be intimate. I know lots of couples that, and you probably do, polyamorous couples and polygamy. Couples are quite fine with somebody sleeping with somebody else, but there's rules. There's boundaries around it. So if somebody's on an OnlyFans account, it depends. OnlyFans can just be something you watch visually, the same as porn, right?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a fantasy. Do you need to tell your partner when you're having sex that you're fantasizing about somebody else? Not necessarily. Do you need to disclose that you're watching porn? Not necessarily. But if you're, and on Instagram, I mean, that's basically lots of for free porn
Yeah,
you can watch.
Yeah, porn.
Right?
Yeah.
But if your partner starts DMing somebody on Instagram, and that's, I think, a real difference with OnlyFans. It's different to porn. I mean, God, back in the dark days, you used to watch porn on a VHS and you had to get your parents out of the house and you had to hide it.
Find a dirty magazine somewhere and it's like, oh my God.
Now it's everywhere. I remember being on a bus not so long ago and I saw a guy having a wank in the car beside me and I'm like, he's probably watching some porn. It wasn't accessible like that. So, but he's having a fantasy, he's having a fun time, go him.
Yeah.
But I think, and it's moved from porn, which was fantasy, watch it, you're external to it, to OnlyFans, which is now you can participate.
Yeah.
So even if an account holder who's posting things has thousands of views, you might be messaging with them thinking you're the only person that she's got this intimate or he's got this intimate relationship with.
Yep.
Then for me, if my partner's not telling me about that, that's cheating.
Yeah, that would be cheating.
That's hiding stuff.
Here's my question, because obviously OnlyFans is sex work, and is it cheating to see a sex worker during a relationship, or is that a kind of grey area where it's a necessity for someone and something they need to do? Because essentially, it's you interacting with a sex worker rather than you
I think if
having
you've
a
got
girlfriend.
We spoke about you in the past about fetishes and kinks and things like that. I think if you've got a fetish that your partner isn't into, if you discuss that with your partner, I think I need to get that from somewhere. Yeah. That's one thing. But I think going behind the back, that to me is just...
I think it's the hidden aspect of it. That's exactly what you're highlighting. And I remember when I was married, my husband, we were married for a long time. I said, if you want to go and seek pleasure outside this marriage, pay a professional, please.
Yeah.
I don't even need to know about it. You've just got absolute carte blanche to do whatever you want with that.
Yeah.
But that was an agreement we had. I don't know how I would feel about that if my husband was secretly seeing, I have a friend who found out that her husband was seeing hookers every day. And so it was costing their family a fair bit of money and she couldn't understand why he was, absent from...
Every day?
Every day.
Does that almost become his kink in a way? Like his...
That was an addiction.
Yeah, an addiction, yeah.
Which is a bit different to kink and
fetish. Yeah. I didn't even think of addiction, of course.
That's the third category, because obviously we talked kink or fetish last time. Addiction is a whole other world.
Yeah, totally separate to kink and fetish, which are things that you prefer.
Yeah. We are very pro sex workers here.
Yeah.
But
thank heavens for them.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, honestly.
Solve a lot of problems.
Yes.
So, and just on that, I have a close girlfriend. She was married for a very long time. She and her husband had an agreement that she could go to the local massage place. They weren't sex workers. It was just a local massage place for massage. And then he went so often that the masseuse said, well, I'm happy to give you a happy ending. And so he told the wife would and the whole family knew about it, adult kids. They'd be like, Dad, you're a bit cranky, off you go to the masseuse and take the edge off. But then she learned it had gone further than that. He'd started
Right.
paying for her kids' school fees, and he had been doing more than just, well, a different kind of happy ending. Let's just say that.
So she was like a mistress.
Yeah. And so that caused a big breakdown. So, and that was because it was hidden. It was totally acceptable for him to see this masseuse with the parameters that the wife had set out. So that's the whole thing. I think with any intimacy, if you're going to be intimate with somebody, you have to decide what the rules are around that.
Can you sometimes be like, can honesty bite you in the back sometimes, I feel, with that? Because like, if he is being honest about like what he needs from this masseuse and it is agreed to within the family, does that then in that guy's mind give him the license to push the boundary and push the boundary further? Like, is it sometimes better to just not tell the truth? Like,
I think what you're really asking there is,
I'm verbalizing it terribly.
no, I totally get it. It's a binary decision. So
Yeah.
you say, okay, you can go to this masseuse and have a happy ending.
Yep.
And then he goes, well, I've been given a little bit of rope. Maybe I'll take all the rope. So it's not necessarily you go to this masseuse and only have a massage. It's like he's been given a little bit more. He's taken a lot more. And his wife has discovered, the thing is he didn't tell the wife. And with cheating, I don't think it's always best for somebody who's cheated one time to break down a long-term intimate relationship with a confession.
Yeah.
And I think there's two parts to what I've just
I can understand
answered
that.
there.
Yeah. Because I think the through line of a lot of the conversations we're having with you is communication
Yeah.
and clear communication and honesty. But you're right. Sometimes is the honesty actually going to, depending on the person's personality type and how they take kind of rejection and those kinds of things, is it actually the healthiest decision for the couple and the relationship sometimes?
And is it to assuage your own guilt? If you've done something that's really detrimental to a long-term relationship, you've got a family, you've got kids, there's other people involved, and you go, you know what, I just want to feel better, I'm going to tell you, and it blows up the other person's world, then in actual fact, I would recommend that the person that's done the cheating, if it's a one-off, they've done it, they've cheated.
And you feel terrible about it.
Go and speak to a therapist or a really good friend.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily hurt the person just because you can. Anyway, that's my personal
No, I love it.
world according to me.
Absolutely. And that's why we get you in.
Yep.
The Kismet podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you so much, Kiz Harvey, for
Life and
jumping on the
sex
show.
after divorce. Thank you. Thanks for having me.